The following is for entertainment purposes only. We are not financial advisors. We are not responsible for any losses, only the profits. What's happening, Octo Nation? Today we're looking at the top 10 SPAC plays to play right now for October. These are like the safe bets. There are no LOIs happening, so nothing has happened. We don't even know maybe. Actually, one of them we know a maybe, but we'll get to that a little bit later. Regardless, I think this is one of the best, if not the best place to park some cash right now, other than the warrant arbitrage. But these ones have a higher likelihood of multiplying money right this second versus doing the arbitrage plays we've talked about in the past. If you haven't seen those videos, please take a look at how the wealthy stay elite and create more wealth. I made a video on that, I don't know, about a month ago if you're looking for that type of play. These are going to be ones we can jump in. They're basically all sitting around where the floor is at, meaning they can't really go any further down. They're super safe for this volatile market, and they're all a little bit further down the line, which means that potentially an LOI or a merger is going to be happening pretty soon. So let's take a look at the first one. Right now is MRG is the current ticker for me. Be very cautious on some of these, including RMG, because if you go to your broker right now and you type in RMG, there are more than one. There is two, okay? Just some random other company. Make sure that all these say something like Rmg Acquisition Corp. This is one of the big reasons why I hate giving tickers, because the last thing I want is for you to tell me you went and bought RMG and the LOI came out and then your stock didn't move and then you're wondering why, and then you found out you bought the wrong one and then you blame it on me for giving the wrong ticker. Just look up something acquisition, still Google it, double check it, do your own due diligence on it, all right? Rmg Acquisition Corp is a special purpose acquisition company formed by the purpose of effecting a merger, stock repurpose, business agreement combination with one or more businesses. The company is supported by Riverside Management Group and the management team of James Carpenter, Robert Shinta, and Philip Casson. So I thought this was funny. They had a quote on their website, and it said, "The trouble with socialism is sooner or later you run out of other people's money." Margaret Thatcher. Just tells you a little bit about where these guys' heads are at. So what are they looking for? They are looking for a company that is going after chemicals, energy services, alternatives, environmental services, metals, and power sectors that stands to benefit from our management's team, extensive experience, and operating capabilities. Through the company reserves the right to pursue any acquisition company they want. So this is kind of like a greenish play. They're big on like environmental. They actually, on their website, if you want to check it out, go for it. I tried to put a link on every title, so if you want to go down the description, go to my website and just read it, go for it. Go read more about it, but they list a ton of potential targets they're after. To me, it's kind of like a greenish, kind of slightly industrial play. Something like Proterra, y'all heard of them? This could easily be something that would go after Proterra, is what I am thinking on it. Where are we sitting with the commons currently? We are sitting at $10.65, as you might know or might not. The floor, the lowest about this can go, is around $10. So getting in now, your potential loss is very, very small. You know, maybe 5, 6, 7%. It's a good place to park a little bit of cash, if you ask me. As far as what's going on with the chart, it's had some action where it's starting to slide up slightly. You know, these come out around $10, and this one has been about every month. It's gaining about 10 to 15 cents, slowly going up. It had a high already of almost $11 though. So we've had some volatility with the SPACs, and that's why this is also down with that. Next one we're going to take a look at is SOAC is the ticker for me, Green Supreme SPAC. Their website is literally greenspac.com. Okay. White partner with SOAC, $300 million in the trust. They've got deep operational capital market capabilities, CO2 reduction focus, straight out, with capability of enabling ESG-based transformations, target a business combination late 2020, about time, right? Or early 2021. So these guys are out the gate are like, dude, we're ready for this. We know exactly what we want. We want to reduce CO2. This could also be Proterra, you know, or all the other ways to reduce CO2, such as filtering coal or better mufflers. Who knows? I don't know. You tell me. I've talked about this multiple times. We were day trading this thing back when I was first starting these videos back in July. You know, I don't know how, I couldn't tell you how many times I've been in and out of SOAC trading this thing. You know, now the warrants were spiked up to like $2.25 or something, which is crazy for what this is. But like anything, they kind of came back down to reality a little bit. But we're focusing on the commons here. The commons went all the way up to about $10.60. Right now, they're only sitting at $10.16, which is again right by the floor of about $10. Your risk to reward on this is pretty darn big, if you ask me. You know, you just weigh it out yourself. Only you can answer that question. Don't ask me, should you buy it? You got to figure that out. I'm just presenting some decent options for you. Next one we're going to take a look at is CCX, the ticker for me. Topgolf is the rumor that came from both, I believe, Bloomberg and Reuters have come out and talked about it. One of the two. But here's the deal. It's been like a month or two since that article came out. So that's kind of sketchy, right? Like this last one with SBE, Switchback Energy, the Reuters article came out, said, hey, there's people in talks, it's a rumor, it's not confirmed, blah, blah, blah. It was like, what, 6 days after that they finally announced it? This has been like way over a month. I think close to like 2, maybe 2.5 months. So it tells me there's something kind of sketchy going on. Like maybe at the last minute, they're like, well, we want more money. Maybe one or both of them said that. Like, well, we want more money too. We want more bigger percent. I don't know. Regardless, the family of the CCX family, look them up if you don't know about them. Churchill family. They are one of the most highly regarded SPAC people out there. They are one who people want to merge with because their track record is insane. These are guys who don't mess around. They get the deal done. So I'm sure they're going to get it done, but it is kind of weird that they still haven't released anything. I've talked about this one multiple times. If you want, you can watch this video where I talk about it more extensively. Take a look at the comments. So when that Reuters article came out, they zoomed all the way up to almost $12. It took some time, still taking time, and now it's just dropped down. Dude, and now it's sitting at $10.45 because people are tired of waiting. They just slowly bleed out. You know, people get bored. I don't blame them. Dude, you can get in with one of the best names in Churchill Capital for $10.45 that have a pending LOI in the works. I think it's a darn good buy. What do you think? Next one we're going to talk about, NPA is a ticker for me. New Province Acquisition, I believe is his name. This team is super rad. FMCI, the tattooed chef, that's about ready to complete its merger. What other cool food play is there out there right now? I can't think of one that's already got an LOI. This one could be the next one, the new FMCI. Why? Because the team is banging. One of the guys is the ex-CEO of Red Bull. He was the one who actually made them super cool, not the new one who's kind of there just slowly. Who's the one that like brought them up in the 2000s to whatever, I think it was like 2015 or something like that. That CEO. Okay. Then guys who have worked with Garden Burger, so they could do a plant-based burger play. Beyond Meat, hello, that could be huge. Then another guy was working with Big Red Soda. Y'all ever had a Big Red Soda? All that combined, I would take, you know, any one of these plays could be absolutely massive. You know, they're smart, good team. If you haven't seen this video, check it out. Where are these comments sitting? At $10.13. Like right at the floor. Your risk is ridiculously low on this. Fantastic place sparks money. Next one we're going to talk about, JIH is the ticker for me. The name is called Juniper Industrial Holdings. These guys, if you haven't seen this video, please watch it. They're the ones who are big in Honeywell, like the smoke detectors up in everyone's house. They're the one who made that cool. The head chairman, I believe, he used to work for Goldman Sachs. He was like in charge of one of their SPACs or something they did too. So Goldman Sachs and Honeywell, this is gonna be like an industrial play they're going after. This could be Proterra, right? This could be something like that. It could be some sort of EV charging. I don't know. They're definitely saying industrial and, you know, it's room to grow, all that stuff. Watch the video if you haven't. Common sitting at $10.30. Come on, man. Next one, Fuse. If you don't know about Fuse, go watch my video right here. The dude who is front-running Fuse is the guy who started a ticker y'all might know called the SPY, the S&P 500. Yes, the guy who made the S&P 500 has his own SPAC. Are you kidding me? Go watch this video if you haven't watched it. Where are these sitting at? $9.82. What's your risk on that? Pretty darn close to this. I mean, is that below floor? I'd say it could be. I don't know. Someone calculated out for us. It's pretty much right there, right? I think so. What's your risk? The guy who created the SPY, I mean, if all the SPY people, if all the like big day trader dudes who've been doing it for 30 years found out that the dude who made SPY has his own SPAC, I think this could be absolutely monstrous. They're going after some sort of like fintech play, financially. They're not going to do an ETF, unfortunately. I was hoping they were going to do some rad new ETF, but they're not. But the team that they've got obviously is rock solid, super smart, but they're going after some sort of fintechy play. I don't know. They could bring like Webull or Fidelity to market. I don't know. What do you think? Next one we'll talk about here is CIIG Merger Corp. This is kind of a curveball industry for us, all right? So business in the technology, media, and telecommunications, TMT industries, TMT subsectors ranging from, this is the CEO description of places he's worked for: wireless, wireline, media, content distribution, infrastructure, and digital technology. Okay, so actually, this is probably like the president or something. So Peter Cuno, the chairman and CEO officer of this, is recognized leader in corporate value creation and reshaping the operations of 7 companies in the global media and consumer product sectors in the last 35 years. Business Insider called Mr. Cuno one of the 10 greatest turnaround CEOs. This guy is amazing. Mr. Cuno currently serves as the chairman of the board for Iconics Brand Group, a premier brand management company, and chairman of Beyond View LLC, a leading virtual reality firm. That'd be neat. He is the managing principal of Cuno Cap and Company LLC, a private investment and management company. Mr. Cuno played a lead role in the turnaround of Marvel Entertainment Inc. Y'all heard of Marvel? Whereas president and chief executive officer he held at Marvel. Ex-CEO of Marvel. He's the one that turned Marvel around and made it cool again. Holy Toledo. Ticker, where are we looking at? It's like right at the floor. Sitting at like $10.05 for the CEO. The CEO of Marvel has his own SPAC. How rad is that? You know, he could get something totally lame, like this weird, stupid comic book that's coming out or something. I'm sure he knows what he's doing. He's big on branding and making things cool, so he's gonna find something that's probably gonna be cool. Next one to talk about is ticker for me, which is PSTH, Mr. Mighty Mouse himself, Mr. Bill Ackman, the SPACaholic. Pershing Square Tontine Holdings Limited, $5 billion to $7 billion blank check company. NYSE, PSTH. Why this one? And why so early? Because he's been bragging for a long time that he's going to try to get something done before the year. Even though this thing just came out, he's bragging that he's trying to get it done before the year. So Airbnb has come out and said that they were talking with him about it. And Airbnb was basically bragging like, yeah, several people have come to us, but we were like, we don't need you. We're Airbnb. We're like almost ready to file bankruptcy, but we don't need you. They might be crawling to somebody here in about a year, or it could just be noise, and it could already have an LOI pretty much done with him. I don't know. Something else he could bring to market? Robinhood, y'all heard of Robinhood? Where my Robinhood bros at? Where you at? How about like Bloomberg? What do you think? Where could he be going after? I don't know. This is one of those this is the most absolute monster SPAC ever. Dude, this thing launched out the gate, 2160-ish, zoomed all the way up to 2330. And now because of the SPAC dilemma, it's now back to like 2194, which is almost at its floor. You think the biggest SPAC ever might do all right? I think so. Bill Ackman, if you all don't know who he is, take a look. Smart guy. Very smart investor. Next one we're going to take a look at is Ipoc, Mr. Chamath. May pursue initial business combination target any industry or geographical location, subject to certain limitations. Ipoc tends to focus its search for a target business operating in the technology industries, primarily located outside the United States. Something outside the United States, some technology thing. I hope it's not another real estate deal. What do you think? IPOC, Social Capital Hedosia Holdings, right? Where's this thing sitting? It's sitting pretty high. So why am I mentioning it? Because Chamath. All right. So this is sitting at the highest out of all of them, above its floor. This still has the floor around $10-ish. But as fast as Ipoc came out, I've also been hearing him talk about Bitcoin and digital currencies a lot in the past week. I think he's either hinting at what's coming next, or he's accidentally hinting at it, because now that's where his mind has turned and is focused now on his Bitcoin. So could it be, is there some sort of international trade thing with digital currency stuff like Bitcoin? I was thinking Coinbase at first, IPO coin, stablecoin. I don't know. I don't think that's international though. I guess it is. Can international people buy in that? I don't know. Let me know. I still think this is one of those kind of dumb parks though, just because the dude's just running it. You know, it is riskier compared to the others because we're sitting way above 10, but on nothing alone, he has already run it to this high. He actually ran it all the way to $13.30 with no news at all. So just imagine, I think no matter what target he comes out with, how lame and whatever it is, even if it totally sucks, I think it's still going to spike up just because of who it is. I don't know. But it could be something totally cool. What do you think? What do you think? Next one to take a look at is DFNS LGL Systems Acquisition Corp. If you haven't seen my video on this, be sure and check that one out. This one's kind of cool. This is definitely a curveball. These are guys who are with like Lockheed Martin, like big defense missile gun airship type of big industrial cool big stuff. This one could be really cool. The guys who are running it are the top of the dog for like government contracts and all that. So you know whoever they're going to go with, they're probably going to hook them up and get them into the government contracts too to further push them out. And they're talking they want to get with people that they can help implement and get more contracts and all that. This is a big metal-y type of play. I like it. Where are we sitting on the where we're sitting on the commons right now? $9.98. What's your risk on this? Almost zero. Almost. Pretty much zero. I mean, come on. Next one, ACAM, Akamar Partners. If you haven't seen my Italian video, 2 best cheap SPAC penny stocks to buy, take a look at this one here. I go into a little bit more, but what is this one all about? They're looking for something with presence in North America or Western Europe. Our sector's focus is on the consumer and retail sectors, included but not limited to travel, retail, luxury, fashion, lifestyles, leisure, and entertainment, food, beverage, restaurants, beauty, consumer, branded products and services. This could be kind of cool. You know, maybe a trending clothing brand or like Lululemon 2.0. We'll take it. We'll take it. Some cool drink that's coming out, you know, some bubbly cheerleader drink thing. We'll take that too because it can hype. This one has been around for a while and can pop. The warrants have had some big love on them too. But where are the commons at? Dude, they're only sitting at $10.20. That's fantastic. I think that the warrants have gotten around $2 or something. They started like 50 cents-ish, so crazy. Next one, same vein, is Gleo. Galileo, Gleo is my ticker. Also in this same video. Pretty much kind of the same thing. This one's cool though. This are straight Italian dudes, and the head guy's done 4 SPACs already completed, but in Italy. So like, you know, Americans don't know about him that well. But he was actually the first one to do a SPAC in Italy, which is kind of cool. He's been involved in all sorts of other stuff. Look him up, watch the video. Regardless, what they want to do is kind of take a company that's in America and bring it over to Italy, or vice versa. You know, take an Italian brand, could be, I'm hoping like a wine spritzer or something, and take that over here and make that cool something like that. Consumer retail, food, beverage, fashion, luxury. Again, Lululemon, I'll take that. Give me Lululemon 3.0. I hope they both do Lululemon, especially in industrial, technology, or healthcare sectors. Please don't do healthcare, which are headquartered in Western Europe or North America, and they're looking for family-owned businesses, which I really like. So to me, that says like they could totally get like a wine company that's owned by this family forever, generations, and we're going to bring that to America. I like it, because people are going back to the decorporatization of businesses. People don't want to go to big corporate conglomerates anymore to shop or eat. They want to go to the mom and pop places, are becoming cool again, which is smart. I mean, just look at let's call it like the hipster beer rush that we've had in the past 15, 20 years now, right? Anheuser-Busch, let's just use them as an example. Now, all they talk about in the commercials, what is it? Is it the horses and how they've been around for 100 years and this is their one brand? No, they're talking about their craft beer, and they're talking how they're the original craft beer, mom and pop beer. They're trying to be the small family-owned business again. Pay attention to that. I think that these guys are smart. I hope it's totally rad. This one has been around for a while. Could be any time now. Where are we sitting at the Commons? $9.92. Get out of here, man. Next one, JWS, Jowls. Y'all seen this video I did? Watch it. I'll go into a lot more detail. What's the deal with this one? This is probably like the second biggest SPAC, I think, out right now. Something like that. The dude has I don't even remember, was it like 800 million, billion? But he straight up said he has access to 2 billion more in pipe that he could swoop on in and bring on in if he need be. He also wants something sexy like DraftKings. He understands that. He understands branding. He understands celebrity endorsements. He's friends with celebrities. He hangs out with them. All that stuff does matter. This one's probably going to be pretty sweet. Something that can hype well. Where are we going with it? I don't know. I'm not too sure. It's not going to be retail. We know that. It's not going to be real estate or retail. We know that because that's what this guy is known for. We'll just have to wait and see. $10.49 is where we're sitting. This one's got a lot more hype than a lot of the ones we talked about because of the merce, the size of the merce the dude's got, and because he is who he is. People know him, celebrity, all that stuff. This one has been up to like $11.45. Holy Toledo, right? With no LOI, no hint of nothing. Other than us talking about it like 3 months ago, 2 months ago. But, $10.49. That's it. I could have named maybe a little bit more, but I was like, dude, that'll at least get us a good start, right? For at least October. I think most of those are dumb parks. How should you play it? Which one should you go all in on? None of them, I don't think. I think you should probably divide it up a little bit. You never know. You never know what else the next dude's going to bring. What if someone brings Robin Hood, man? Don't you want to be on that train? I do. This guy could even get Robin Hood. Could afford it. Easy. So let's take a look at tomorrow. What else we need to watch as far as SPAC? This is all SPAC day right now. Skills, SKILLZ. It's not a ticker. The ticker for that is FEAC, FEAC. Flying Eagle Acquisition. Did you guys even hear about this? How come no one's talking about this yet? Because they're still talking about Fisker. Because Fisker's cool now. Man, okay, so here's the deal with this. This is like the DraftKings dudes came out and they started another SPAC. And this one is like digital gaming. And you can have competitions with your friend, and they have like big tournaments. And then if you're a developer, you can get on there and charge people. It's sweet. And they're massive, bigger than DraftKings, more money, yada, yada, yada. Here's the deal. Floyd Mayweather, y'all heard of him? They're using celebrity endorsements. So it's the same thing with DraftKings. The only reason DraftKings is doing what it's doing is because the people in charge of the marketing are smart. They know what they're doing. They're so aggressive with it. It's unbelievable that it's still, something betting on sports is doing well right now. Floyd Mayweather has been coming out a couple days ago and said, biggest experience, win over $100,000 in my free blackjack tourney at Skills. There's Mayweather on his iPad or something. Swipe up, swipe up, swipe up.
Celebrity endorsements. They're starting to hit it. They're starting to advertise with it. The CEO just came out and just started doing more interviews. This just happened like 2 days ago. You know, he was on Fox Business Live here talking about it. Go watch that if you haven't. Go watch my video about it too. I have a video actually about this also. They were named #1 fastest growing American private company by Inc. 5000. Do you realize how crazy that is? The #1 fastest growing company in Inc. 5000? Dude, that is absolutely massive. 2.6 billion mobile gamers through competition. It's nuts. In this interview, he also came out and said, we could be profitable today, because Chick's like, I've noticed you're not profitable yet. I've talked about this with many other companies, but he came out and said exactly what I've been saying. We could be profitable today, but we are continue to reinvest towards growth. Bingo. So if they didn't want to grow, they could just chill back and, we'll just hang out. You know, just like Switchback Energy. They could not be aggressive in going after all the rest of the world right now and sit back and be profitable, but then they're going to let their competition come in and kick them out. So that's how you really build big businesses, is you take risk and you take whatever capital you have, reinvest it, get bigger and bigger to dominate, own the whole moat, put it around your business. What else should you watch? HCAC. I did a video earlier today. I released it on Hennessy. Go watch that. There's some crazy information on that one that y'all helped me out with, so thank you. Start watching that. Basically, all the, a lot of SPACs, man, they're all sitting low still. Trine, last day, I believe, is tomorrow for before the merger. Let me know if I'm wrong on that. Same with Shill, SHLL. Is that tomorrow or Wednesday or Tuesday or something like that? The vote, by the way, the vote on that got approved, so good job everyone who helped vote. Thank you. FVAC, Fortress Value, Chamath Acquisition Corp. So this is one that's the big miner in California that's mining heavily on neodymium magnets, rare earth. And Chamath is in the pipe. He's tweeted about it 1 or 2 times. I think that's when it jumps up. But this is in that same U we talked about with SPACs. It zoomed up on it and it came back down. Came back up. Now we've got this massive, let's call it cup and handle pattern. This is the big dump for the SPACs right here. And now we've got this bull channel, this bull flag. And where did we end? We ended above it. So we're actually sitting at 1404 on the commons on this, but this one's getting kind of close to merger. What's the date? Does anyone have a date for this? Let me know. When is this actually going to get done? This is one to watch though. We've already been proven profitable. We can get to $16.45. Someone had to ask me if the new Tesla batteries are still going to be in need for these magnets. I definitely believe so. They've got some new technology, kind of where they're using some silicone and stuff, but you're still, as far as I can understand it, we're definitely still going to need the neodymium magnets. So I don't think they're getting rid of those. I could not find any information how they would or why they would or anything even about it. So magnets are needed in lithium motory stuff, electronic vehicles. That's it. Did you guys hear about any companies you didn't know about? To me, this is just an excellent refresher, even for myself, to just help me keep focused. Like, dude, there's 10 billion SPACs out there right now, but these are the ones that are most likely to come out with something neat again. If Switchback hadn't, this one would have been on it. We'll be talking about that forever too. All the other ones, SPIQ, it's great, but how are you guys going to play it? Are you going to get out of your commons and, play it a little bit safer and get out of your warrants and go to stuff a little bit safer and get into these commons? It's kind of what I'm thinking to do, As crazy as everything is right now, as crazy as the market has been flying, it might be a smart move. That way, if we do get the big rug pulled out from underneath us, we're still going to be fine. Because we bought the SPAC commons before. They were cool. They're still about $10. We're protected. What do you think? Any other plays, put them down in the comments. If you haven't subscribed, please do it. It definitely helps out the channel. Please join our Patreon if you haven't either. I'm sliding you guys some deals here and there, giving you videos before they're done to the rest of the public, before ads pop and all that. Anything else you guys want me to take a look at, I'm always looking at your guys' stuff first, so it might take me a while to get to others. Please join. It helps out. All right, y'all have a good rest of Sunday. Take care.
Did you know that we give away free silver? Simply leave a comment on the video, and as long as you're in the continental United States, you can be automatically entered to win. Please friend us on Twitter and StockTwits.